develop their skills and etc. Sir's main idea is to make India is a powerful country by starting many startup companies, and Sarah started in this own idea. Sarah started two software companies, which is a referral, exchanging of ideas and exchanging of the. It's a startup club. So I welcome you, sir. Welcome you from the Impact Foundation and Satsang program, sir. Uh,
Yes,
Line
sir.
Lakshmanan garu, it's over to you, sir.
Yes.
Ramesh Lakshmanan garu, it's over to you, sir.
Okay, I made live to YouTube. 9,67,000 people are watching.
Wow, that's great. Amazing.
Please.
First
Yes.
time for me.
Thank you, boss. Thank you.
Really thank Impact Foundation for inviting me and sharing
Yes.
small thoughts and ideas in this evening. So
The
very
Telugu English kalapandi, sir.
yeah.
Many are waiting for your session, sir, today.
Yeah, thank you so
Right.
much.
Over to you, sir. Over to you.
Yeah. A very good evening to all of you. Good evening to my good friend Gampa Nageshwara garu. As he said, we are known to each other for the past 25 years. Friends, before starting anyway, normally I used to go for some sort of a ground rule. But anyway, a ground rule already established. People who wants to ask a question, they can raise their hand, or no, they can just put it in the question box. And I think other co-hosts are there with me who can help me out in reading out the questions where then and there if it's required. We can stop the sessions and we can clarify your questions. Because after all, at the end of this 1.5 hour, I want to see that some take home will be there for this, today's youth. Friends, we all know that India is one of the emerging country and the youngest country in the world today. Actually, 15 years back, late Abdul Kalam ji has a dream that India will be the super nation by 2020. So that's why he named Lead India 2020 movement, where actually I was one of the trainer. Of course, that movement is right now not there, but we have trained more than about 10,000 students of the 8th and 9th class. And we have seen their drastic changes. So why I'm telling this particular point is we all know very well, 62% of our population in the age group of 15 to 59 age, and more than about 53% of populations are in the below the age group of 25. So the scenario is today, India is not only the youngest nation in the world, and India is emerged as the global economic powerhouse. We all know very well. Many of the companies are, we all may be reading many news in this COVID situation. Many of the companies are packing up in China, and they are looking at venue at India, not even in the metros. They are going to come into the tier 2 cities also. So that is what is today India all about it. So we all youth, I also declare myself as a youth because I had to touch my 50 years. So I also declared as myself as a youth. So we all youth put together have to give a thumping oration to India and see that the dream of our His Excellency Abdul Kalam ji to come true, that India will be the super nation by 2020. We have still more months, 6 more months to go. So with this pre-context, when our Impact founder, Gampa Nageshwara, who is my best friend, as I said, he called me and was asking me that, Ramesh garu, why can't you have a session for our youth of India into Impact Foundation? Then I thought, okay, what can be the right topic? So I thought, okay, this will be the right topic for the moment, because just now we were taking some questions. The first question itself is the confusion state. So there is an already entrepreneur, but because of this COVID situation, what I have to do? So no confusion, I will give a very clarity. That's the reason why I have selected this topic. So that we all know that job seekers, we all will be going for hunting for job. When Chari was introducing me, thanks Chari for your nice introduction. I forgot to mention your name. So when he was, because he was very much a little worried because it was about 2 pages. So he was trying to condense, and never matter. It's a nice introduction, Chari. When Chari was introducing that I have started an IT company about more than a decade now, it's old, and recently started a referral exchange network company. So when I started this IT company, in my chamber, more than about 10,000 graduates. I mean, the graduates is MCAs, BTechs, MTechs, MS, MBA, and many graduates used to walk into my chamber. And many of the people, sometimes they used to do a copy-paste biodatas. Okay. So very unfortunate state, it is not the mistake of them. It is the mistake of our education system. I know that very well. Okay. But still, so I used to ask them only one question: what do you want to be in the future? So same question I would like to throw to all of you today. Do you have already a mission and goal? So if the co-host can unmute somebody who is in the video as per your ground rule, can just quickly say that what is their vision, or what is their goal statement. Have you created any goal statement for your own self as an individual?
Yes, sir. Nobody raise hands. But
Nobody raised the
as of
hands.
now.
Okay. So nobody is having any goals, or they are not ready to share the goals. Srikanth has given a goal. Two people. Two participants are raised. Just mute them.
So this is Zumapati. I have a goal, sir.
Yeah, tell me. What's your
So
goal?
I have a goal to become a motivational speaker and start my entrepreneurship by 2025.
Okay.
And I have a mission where I want to help 100,000 people, students and IT folks, get started into a cloud career.
Excellent, excellent, Umapati. Give a round of applause to him. Nice, very good goal. Like you want to be an trainer and speaker, right? That's what I was telling also in the beginning of the session. There's a great demand for this field. Yeah. Any other person? One more, we'll take it. Then we'll move to the next. Any other person?
Yes, sir. We have Mohammed Shamir here.
Yeah. Yeah,
Please
please.
speak, sir.
Come on.
Hello.
Yes, please.
Yeah, good evening, sir.
Yeah, good evening.
I want to be a CEO of my own company, sir, by 2025.
Okay.
I want to make a turnover of 10 crores per annum
10 crores per annum in the field of what?
in the field of technology, sir.
In the field of technology. So you will be a competitor for me. Good, that's good. Nice. Good goal. Nice. Appreciate. Okay, fine.
Thank you.
So many people we will be feeling that I didn't have a graduation, post-graduation. So recently I was just going through some of the, these sayings, speaks and all. And normally as a trainer, we used to get ourselves knowledge from various other sources. So when I was going through it, one person was telling that you are from which university or which B school. So people were not in a position to answer it. So it is not the question of, no, you want to be in university, you have to be in universe. We have to be very much exist in the world, right? That itself is sufficient to be an university graduate. Okay, we all know that. For an example, you can take the case study of Bill Gates, Steve Jobs. Why an American, or why an other than Indian? Dhirubhai Ambani, our own person. Is he a graduate? And our own prime minister in that case. So they are all not have a graduation, post-graduation, but they live in universe, that they have not gone to any university. So living in universe itself is a success for all of you. So don't feel that, no, you are undergraduated or you are not qualified for this particular things. Okay, so you should have a strong determination and a goal. Once if you have the goal, you establish the goal. For that, what is the route map? Let me just go to my slides. Before that, I would like to also say one small thing, that what I have learned today from our Google CEO. I was just listening his speech before I was coming into this session. He was telling ability to be online has been a lifeline across the globe on today's pandemic. So be online always. Try to go and attend these type of classes, which are all almost free. You are not finding anywhere anybody is charging it. So try to enrich your knowledge, so that never feel that, no, when you are going to a session, never go with the full cup. There is a Chinese monk, when he was invited, 3 people have come to him to know about what is the meaning of wisdom. So when the monk has started pouring the tea, he asked them to sit, and he was started pouring the tea. So when he was pouring the tea, that the cup got full, then the saucer got full. These people are not listening, not even questioning him. So then that monk told very clearly, okay, see you later, have a tea and go. Then these people were surprised. They were asking, see, we have come to learn something about wisdom, but you have just given a cup of tea, and no, because you are all already full. Because when the cup is getting full, you are not even bothered to say that cup is full. So never try to keep yourself full when you come to these type of sessions. Try to keep it out, empty it, and so that it's something called learn, relearn, unlearn. Okay, try to have this technology so that it will be a bright future for all of you. So with this few things, I would like to just start my session. Okay, just let me just share my screen. Hope my screen is visible to all of you. Let me just do some technical adjustment. Yeah, job seekers to job creators. So no more you to make up you as an entrepreneur is a career option for people. So it is something like it's a sort of a part of a career option. Okay. So here I would like to just say that why you have to consider entrepreneurship as an option. Why people are not considering it. See, whenever I said I was a trainer in Uniman and Lead India, whenever we go to the school section, particularly when we ask them that what do you want to be, many of them used to say those days engineers or doctors, or at the maximum they may be saying that they want to become a teacher. Very few people used to opt for the politician. But to my surprise, none of the people never used to say that I want to become an entrepreneur. I want to help people. By becoming entrepreneur, we are going to give job to many people, right? So no one used to have that option because, of course, our systems and our studies, our study methodology, or our schooling structure, all also is a part of it. So I don't deny that, but we should try to have that entrepreneurs as an option. Why we have to consider it? So dream for a larger experience. You can see the eye, in that eye you can see the vision. The vision has a almost 360 degree. So what are all the dream for a larger life experience? Dream for a larger car, dream for a larger house, dream for a larger pool of wealth, what not? And let us see, is it possible to achieve all these things to our salary income? A housing, a good house, a lavish house, a car, a good health, a vacation trip every year abroad, or maybe alternate years, a food and leisures, and many more. So, but the salaried income people will have only one source of income, that is called salary. Okay, but wherein they have about 5 to 6 types of spend. So what happens normally? We will try to go for a loan. In case of the housing, we will try to go for a loan. When we start going for the housing loan, it will take 10 years, sometime 15 years, sometime long 25 years. By the time almost we will get our retirement. So whatever we are going to earn, we are going to put on our house, or maybe sometime we go for a car. Even car also nowadays, luxury cars, you have to go for some loan, a short-term loan of 3 years or 5 years period. So your half of your time of your spending through salary will go for this. So this is why you have to choose entrepreneurship as an option. This is one of the primary reasons. Okay, what is the need of the hour? Increase in income, self-containment, and handsome returns. Okay, so these are all the, when we get these are all the things, ultimately we are going to get our dream, whatever the dream car of dream house or dream vacation, whatever you call it about it. So all the things will be going to get fulfilled. Okay, so why to consider entrepreneurship? So normally, from the childhood, even I do have that mentality of not to listen to people. Okay, here you see putting your own ideas to work. So when you are an entrepreneur, you are going to put your own ideas into work. Whether you are going to get a profit or loss, it's on your own. And you are your own boss. And third important thing is that you have to choose a proper location. See, you cannot, in the case of the salaried employee, if your office is located at Manikonta or if your office is located at Gachibowli, you have to travel along the way from Uppal to Gachibowli. Of course, now the ORRs have come, but still the journey is the journey. Like the money, whatever we spend, or the time, whatever we spend, or the fatigue, whatever we spend, this all matters. But wherein if you are an entrepreneur, you can choose your own location and larger earning potential. So what we know very quickly, which are all the earning areas, so that we can quickly change ourselves and adopt it. Wherein if you work as a manager or senior manager, or even at the case of sometime as a vice president, you cannot change whatever the corporate says. You have to work on with them and choose your own working hours. This is another big flexibility. We all know very well that insurance agents, you can see that plenty of people now. I can compare myself with the people of my age who are earning more than me, though I am in IT. But they are simply started their career as an agent, but they are of self-reliance now. It's one of the very good entrepreneurship opportunity. Okay, I feel sometimes that I lost that. I missed that bus. And get involved in the operation of your business and make your business as a family asset. So let us quickly go through it, each one of it. What is meaning by putting your own idea to work? It is nothing but the freedom to pursue your ideas and intuition is major advantage over here. See, as you are going to put your own ideas and the intuition, that is whatever you are going to think and what is the process is going to be, all those things of your own. So it's your own thing. So no one is going to disturb you. And you can spend your time and energy focusing on developing your own ideas and converting them into a successful business model. So let me just go through later stage, in the later slides, what type of a business model you can go for it, what type of a, whether you can go for a partnership, whether you can go for a solo, all those things also I'll explain you. And now here you are your own boss. Yes, that is more happiness. I am my own boss. I have my own office, so I have my own setup. So I make my own decisions and decide who to work with, decide what type of work I have to give to somebody, some person. Suppose if I have an expert of in my own field, a Java person, if I call him and say that no, you have to do a website, he will run away. So I will be going to give him more on the project related to Java. So similar way, there may be instance where you don't agree with the corporate culture of a firm or how they conduct business. As I was telling you, you may be the vice president, but they may not sometimes agree to your points, but you have to force to work because you are working there. You are not a boss. There is a boss for you ahead of you. There is a CEO, there is a board of directors, there are different hierarchies are there. So you have to sail in that. However, great ideas, maybe the same ideas may be brought by the competitor and they might have won in the next month or they might have crossed the target, but the corporate is going to be least bothered. They say that you have to work on what I am saying it. And similar way, when I say you are your own boss, by starting your own company, the founders had a chance to infuse culture and business practice they believed in, and you can do the same when you start your own company. When I mean to say that, we all know that Infosys, Narayana Murthy garu, is really a great role model for me. When I started my business, even today, I adopt the same technology of Narayana Murthy garu in my own organization, though I am also in a small way. I used to give shares to my employees. I used to give them all the benefits. I used to say that they see that they are my family members. So he has infused certain very good culture. Today it has grown tall. It has grown tall, and there was an occasion when Narayana Murthy went to a bank in the startup case, during the startup period, they have refused to give the loan. Today, the bank CMDs are standing in queue and waiting for his appointment for months together. So that's where when you start at point of a time, you may feel it difficult, but if you have your own culture, if you have your own business practice established, and if you sail, then you can find the beauty. And choosing the location. Yes, my dear friends, I would like to here tell my own story. So choosing a business location will be of your own decision, right? So no one will be infusing that, no, you have to have a business at that location. You know very well, suppose if it is of a business where you need a customer centric, then you may have to choose a location like, suppose I'm going to have a shop. I cannot have a shop in my own gully. I may be going to have a shop at least on the little main road where the visibility will be there, where 10 people will be keep moving. And you may choose your own close to your market, or you choose to operate too close to your home. The decision is entirely yours. So when I'm telling that this story related to me, my own self, when I started my IT company in the year 1999, I started my first IT company in the year 1999. I registered my company. I was in the completely on the different field of the accounts domain, corporate accounts. I'm basically an MBA finance and ICAA intermediate as my qualification, and also did my Oracle Financials. So I started with my Oracle and Oracle Financials as my backbone. I started an IT company. Then when I started my company, when I went for the registration, they were asking me the address for the registration in the ROC. So I have given my house address. Then after that, I decided where to go for it. So that time it was road widening happening, and I'm staying at Malkajgiri. I was staying all these days at Malkajgiri. So my Malkajgiri, my house is just next backside to the bus stop of the Vani Nagar. That's a location locally placed. So I was just thinking that why can't we have an office over here only? There are two advantages. Like I can work round the clock. Second thing is I will be available always to my family. So these two are the primary things what I have taken a decision. So I started my company. The year on operation, when I was doing my first year anniversary celebration at Hotel Bazera, okay, that time actually I was having a kids computer education product as the franchisee and a master franchisee for the entire state of Andhra Pradesh. That is a unified Telangana and Andhra Pradesh those days in 1999. In 2000, when I was organizing my first meet at Hotel Bazera, I invited the regional director of DAV Education Institution, Dr. Sita Kiran, as the chief guest. When I went with my card, she said, IT company? Oh, you are at Malkajgiri. how come in Malkajgiri, an IT company? I said, ma'am, you just come and visit my office once. So when she visited my office, yes, the ambience is same like an IT company. Okay, so she was very much amazed. So she was telling in her keynote address, when she was talking to the people, she was telling the vision what I'm having. So we can choose our own business location, because I felt my IT company not required to get more to the customers, no need of customers to come to my place. So I have chosen a location near to my location. Now I shifted my house to AS Rao Nagar. Now also I'm having near to my location, but again on the primarily on the main road, because so that at least the visibility will be there for the people, just to have a little branding. So that's how actually I could save a huge amount. Just imagine if I had my office at High Tech City, in the same year the High Tech City was established, you all know very well. And immediately after 2 to 3 years, the recession started. Many industries started closing down. Many IT industries started closing down. Even I also might have been put a lock. But I can proudly say today that in these 18 years, not even one day I locked my office because of want of business or because of want of anything, you can call it. Because I have chosen a location which is good for me and which I feel that comfortable for me. I can work, I can still give a good result to the customers. Okay, so that's about the choosing the location. And get involved in the operation of your business. Being an entrepreneur, that's another very big advantage. It's nothing but, you cannot again venture into the things which is not known to you completely. Try to go for some classes, courses, then you get into your operational management. Not straight away as a CEO, as a investor. If you go, you may be failing it, because you may be having expertise in the accounting, as a form of a chartered accountant. You cannot compete with him, definitely, because you may be a science graduate, or you may be an other art graduate, not a commerce graduate, but you cannot compete with him. First of all, for that, you should equip yourself. So get involved in the operation of your business. So many of us want to leave behind a sense of financial security for our family. Like, okay, let me just complete this one. In the operation management, I can give an example of, Steve Jobs again. If you go through his autobiography, just mentioned very clearly, he used to go to every department every month and sit for 2 days and try to learn and also try to give his suggestions. That way, actually, even he used to go to the frontline stores where they are selling the Apple products, right? He used to go to the stores also, sit with them, take the feedback, and also learn something, give them something back. So as an entrepreneur, you have to see that you can get involved in the operations of your own business, be it in the production, if it's going to be in a production manufacturing industry, or it's going to be a service industry, or it's going to be a professional industries like schools and colleges or the training institutes. What is the advantage? Is like, it is going to give you a cost and efficient of your efficiency. And also the moment when our employee comes to know that boss is sitting with me, definitely they can find a lot of discipline with them, and they will also be with you, and you can also give them some inputs. So in this case, I would like to just narrate a small story of my own again. In the year 2006, when I got an order for a payroll management solution for the AP Vikalangula Corporation to be installed at the headquarters at the Burgla Ramakrishna Bhavan. Okay, so we got the order, we have executed the order, everything went fine. My development team was started working on it. It was developed in Visual Basic and Access. Those days that Microsoft Access is one of the best DBMS platform. So it has been designed, developed, everything is done. We deployed it. The moment we deployed it, and it is that nothing but centralized payroll system for the about 550 employees who are all located in the various district headquarters of the Andhra Pradesh state. So when we started implementing it, there was one challenge has come, that the very first month of the payroll, when it has got generated, then the MD is supposed to release our payment. Then he said that, Ramesh Garu, there is a small challenge. I forgot to tell you. I think we have discussed this, but it's not on paper. We want this output to come in some sort of a format, in some sort of an extension file, which has to be sent to the SBH bank for the payment process, so that already these people are having, all the employees are having the account with the SBH. The payment process will done automatically. Know that manually we just take a printout of it and give to SBH staff. Again, they have to key in all the 500 employees. It takes time. So it's a big challenge for me and my team. So I gave to my team. My team was started working on it. 1 week passed, 15 days passed, no results. They were telling, sir, we are keeping on working on it. I'm not able to do it. So one fine day, I sat with them. I just asked them what is that extension it is required. It looks funny even today also when I tell to narrate this, and people feel that no, is it so? I just told them, just opened the same file in the DOS prompt, and that file is got open in the DOS prompt, and I just changed the extension, rename file name to file name.ocx. That is the file is called OCX, which is required for the SBH. See how much I have got remembrance because it's a passion on me. So OCX. So immediately I've just done that. Within no time, that file has got generated. No error. We were surprised. And my people were thrilled. We sent that same to the SBH, and they have just, import that file. My dear friends, the things got settled down. I got my payment. And it was exactly on my birthday, 22nd May. Still, I never forgot that, 22nd May 2006. It was a major achievement by me. My people have congratulated me. Sir, really, sir, you have not done much in, Visual Basic. I don't know anything of Visual Basic. I know Oracle and Oracle Financials, which is a backend database. Okay, but I started experimenting it. I just put my simple logic. It has worked. So because it's a passion in me, it's my own company, I have to give the result end of the day. Why it's so delaying it? Or it may we may be losing the project. Subsequently, we got a project from the GHMC also. Because of this project, we have got awarded that project also. It's a small story which I would like to say that how you can get involved in the operations of your own business in various departments. It's not only on your own domain. Okay, next comes a very interesting one. Many people feel that, no, why should I have to start a business? So you can make it as a family asset. A very best example we are having, Dhirubhai Ambani. Today you see, the world largest billion trillion is their asset management. But Dhirubhai Ambani started as a first gen entrepreneur. He has handed over to his sons. So many of us want to leave behind sense of financial security for our family. For example, since you will own most of the equity in the company, you can pass it on. That's what I said about the Dhirubhai Ambani, which is now you can see that Reliance, they are ruling in the technology, telecom sector. Today, when I was listening to Sundar Pichai's address, he was talking about the tremendous growth in the telecom sector due to Reliance. A person like him is using the word is something amazing. So today that has come because that day, if Dhirubhai Ambani, you all know very well his autobiography. Again, if you go through, you will be knowing that he used to, sell petrol in the petrol pumps. If he remained as a petrol pump, he might have retired as a manager, maybe on the petrol pump, or maybe few of the petrol pumps he may be, going to own it, or maybe he's going to be an employee and retire. But he started thinking something different. He thought, why can't we start something? No doubt, there are many hurdles he faced, but today you see that's a family asset. So family businesses can also provide employment to other members of the family. This is also again a wonderful thing. The tree, you can find, our own kith and kins. And not only our own kith and kins, our own relatives, distant relatives. Like for example, our own Babai, our Chinnana, somebody, or our own Menatta, or Menamama, somebody's son, daughters. So they can be involved in the business. So there's an advantage. So always see that entrepreneurs is only your option today onwards, so that it can be your very big business family asset. Idea generation and evaluation. So once let me complete this, then I will say that what are all the ways to get into the new businesses. So identifying and evaluating new ideas. That's very important. Okay. So ideas generation and evaluation is the thing in which you have to identifying and evaluating new ideas as an entrepreneur, as a person who invested. You always try to evaluate some new ideas and try to think that something, why can't I think out of box? Okay. So that always make you to give you a great ideas, and always try to avoid the wrong ideas. Try to do a good brainstorming. That's very important. Okay, that's one of the most challenging thing is the brainstorming. Normally what we feel as I said, I'm my own boss. Why should I have to ask somebody? No, better to brainstorm if you are getting some ideas, not just simply giving the idea. See, the idea, something is great when compared to the money. If I have 1 rupee and you have 1 rupee, when we exchange, we are going to remain with only 1 rupee. But you have an idea, I have an idea. When we exchange, each of us are going to enrich with the end of the day 2 ideas. So that's the greatness of the idea. So try to evaluate some new ideas and try to avoid the wrong ideas by doing a brainstorming. So how to identify the business opportunities? Yeah. When others sees where others sees the problem, the entrepreneurs recognize as an opportunity. What are that? So first and foremost things, what you have to identify is identify the market inefficiency. Where is the gap? What is the gap is happening? Okay. And revoke the key hassles. Customer desire to experience something new. In this direction, I would like to use a keyword called today. Many of the companies are started working on the pain points. Suppose I want to manufacture a mobile phone. So before I am going to manufacture, as a manufacturer, I am going to the customer, the end user, a sort of a small survey, saying that is called pain points. So what is the difficulty in operating the mobile? Is it the touch is the thing, or is it the battery, or is it something which is we feel always energized, or it's something like a multitasking is missing, or multitasking is a hindrance? All those feedbacks. So I'm just giving an example that pain points are most important things today. Once if you are identifying the pain points and develop an application or a solution, then definitely you are the winner. There is no look back. It may be in the service industry, again, it may be in the manufacturing industry. It's one and the same. Identify the customer pain points. And similar way, pick a growing sector or industry. That's most important. We all know very well. Google is there, our own friend. You know very well, next 2 years, 3 years, no need of going for now 2 to 3 years because of this pandemic. You go for a 6 months, next 6 months, what is going to be a good business? Next 1 year, what is going to be the good business? Go for a smaller one, always a small, think about small, always aim big, but go in a smaller portion so that you will not be having any cash issues. You will not have any cash flows. And of course, I'll come to the part of later that if you have a cash flows, where and all you will be getting the cash flows done. And similar way, the product differentiation and access the technologies for commercialization. And finally, the cash flow consideration. That's most important. Many people in business and especially in the COVID situation today, we can see that many people are feeling that no, they are not having business. Still, it is good. That's what I said in the opening statement. What Ratan Tata said. Today, in 2020, if you are living itself is happiness. Forget about the other things. So don't think too much and don't try to invest on something which is not known to you or which is not so familiar to you, so that you will tomorrow go with a cash crunch. And tomorrow you have got a check. Today you got a cash. What you're going to prefer is see that the cash is being kept safely with you. Don't spend that saying that tomorrow I'm going to get another money through this check. The check may get bounced, the bank may get collapsed, or the bank may go for a holidays. Anything may happen. So better to have a good cash flow. And finally, you have to also think about go for some seasonal businesses. One of my friend I know very well, whenever there is a Sankaranti time, he used to sell kites. And whenever, this Diwali time, he used to sell crackers and all these deepams and all. So I used to sometimes laugh at him. But today I saw that he is having already about 3 bungalows when compared to myself, I'm having only 1 double bedroom apartment. So who is big now? So he is doing a small seasonal business he started and he is quite busy. He will not take any of your phone calls in the seasonal business time. And he is having small shop segments at different areas in his own locality, and he is making out like anything. So try to do, is it a seasonal business? So opportunities, business opportunities that you have to take care. And another wise one is sometimes in the business, consider the franchisee opportunity. Again, this is another one of my favorite one and also closely related to my own case study. As I said, I started 9/9/1999. My office opened exactly at 9 o'clock with 9 Prohits, because then next day when I went to Canara Bank, the manager said that, yes, sir, you applied for the loan. I'm granting it because you started on a very auspicious 9/9/1999, 9 a.m. with 9 Prohits. Everything is 9. But you won't believe, exactly the next month, the recession started. I started, procuring my computers. I started procuring my, developers. And I was just thinking that whether we can go for a tally-based applications or something like that. I was just thinking all those ideas, but the recession started. Then I thought, okay, there is no more going for a development. Immediately, idea has come to me that why can't we go for a franchising? So those days, this AppTech NIT used to give franchises. Again, that is flooded. I want to think out of box. I'm always a think out of box, like think something different. So I was looking at something where I can get a quick return and also not much players are there. So then I was started hunting. Then I saw a small advertisement in the Hindu saying that wanted franchisee for a 4 to 14 years kids age group computer education segment called IT Kids. Then I started getting into it. I telephoned them. It was based out of Chennai. Then I called them. Then they said that, okay, if you are interested for a franchisee, this is the franchisee module. You have to pay these fees. and what you will be getting is these are all the things from me, and what you are going to sell it this, and you are going to give a royalty to me this much, you're going to remit it, and it's all going to be an online mode through a bank to bank transfer, all will be there. If you're interested, you can join as a franchisee. So I thought they have something good already developed one, and there is not of much players out there, and there is no much people in the computer kids education segment. Those days, to get a 4 GB hard disk with the 64 MB or 128 MB RAM, with the complete digital, means with your all speaker phones, speakers and all, it cost about Acer machine, first machine I purchased for 80,000 rupees. Then I have not gone for the branded, rest all I have gone for the local made machines, which all even costed about 30,000-40,000 rupees. So I thought, okay, after I purchased this, now I have to go only for the multimedia system, and I have to see that one person has to be taken as a trainer, and he will be given a training by the corporate, and we are going to run the things. Immediately I jumped into it. I was one of the first founder franchisee of this IT Kids brand in those days. Then actually I started moving slowly. Then I find after 2 to 3 months, they established for a master franchisee, which is nothing but a state level franchisee. They started issuing to some of the people. So again, I applied for it. Then I have upgraded myself. Why I'm telling this story to you is the very wise thing is very easy opportunity to learn, because we have everything plug and play. Less risk. We are not going to take any risk because we are not going to formulate any policies or procedures. It's all going to come from the corporate, right? And we have to just study, is it a successful module? It's a challenging module, no doubt. Any business is a challenging. If you want to accept the challenge only, then you only have to come for the business. Again, when I come to the latest slide, I can show you that what are the challenges you will be having it and how to overcome it. So you have to just see that whether this is a successful module or not. Then it's a pre-opening support is already available. They are having everything plug and play. Everything right from the voucher, right from the bill book, right from your flyers, everything is there. Just you have to put your stamp on it and you have to start circulate to the people. Very easy one. If you want to start off, you own something, you have to do a lot of R&D, and you have to do many modules, many different flyers, designs, and try to get it approved, get satisfied yourself first, then go to the market. But this is already there is a pre-opening support by the people, and also the marketing support and ongoing support. So this is the major advantage to go for a franchising opportunity, and with a very less minimum capital. With a very less capital, you can go for a franchisee opportunities. There are a lot of modules are available. If you can Google it, you will be finding it on any education module, in the consultant module, business consultant module. A lot of opportunities are there. And next comes is the quality of a good business opportunity. It should be attractive to always customers. See, I will come to that KYC, about what do you mean by KYC over here and what importance the KYC plays. And it will work in your business environment. That you have to see. It can be executed in your own window of opportunity. That's what I said. First of all, you should know a little bit about what you're going to start. See, when I exit from a company, Nagarjuna Construction, I worked for about 9 years in the very senior accounts field, and I have just come out. When I come out from the field, there are many opportunities for me. 2 of my friends also have come out from the same time. One is a marketing manager, Mr. Nandaraj Yadav, who used to have a small process industry on the plastic bag manufacturing, and then he later acquired that company called Pick Pack Plastics at Chellapalli. Okay, my other colleague is Rangaraju, who is currently the GPR housing you can find on the Kompally Highway. He is the owner of that. So he is basically a civil engineer. He has also come out. So then all three started thinking. Then they both have tried to pull me because I am good expert in accounts, particularly the corporate accounts, managing the sales tax, managing the income tax, managing the all the corporate affairs of the shares and all those things. So they were trying to pull me to join in their things by investing small. But I was very clear because I am not much aware of it, though I worked in the company. Working in a company is different, having our own company is different. So I know something little bit is on the IT, and I have little bit of the talking nature with my particularly vendors and with my customers. So I thought, why can't I start something on the similar line? That's what called window of opportunity. You have to just see that it should be executed in your own window of opportunity. You have the resources and skills. You can offer the product or service at the right price. That's more important. So nothing. Just now, why you are waiting for it? Just go for it. This is, you can find on the small part and the bigger part. The fish is jumping from the small to the bigger one. That is from the your left to right. That is from the employment to job seeker to job creator. So now once you are going for a job creator, what are all the challenges are there? What are all the best way to be a job creator? What are all the best way to retain your positions? And what are all the hurdles you will be facing it? So let me just explain all of that in the following slide. So the key factor to success in business, let me just start with that as an entrepreneur. So now we have decided, we find that what all the things are there. Now we decided to start an enterprise, a small, I myself declare as an entrepreneur. So what are the key factors I should have to succeed in business? The first and foremost thing is passion. As I am talking to you, as I was giving a live example of mine with a clear date, time, and with a clear file name of that what I have done in the challenge, because there is a passion in me that is driving me. So it's not required that I need to go through some of the things, but though to upgrade my skills, I have to go for various sessions and classes, because learning is never ending. Try to understand this process. Even today, I'm learning big data. I'm going to be a big data scientist in another 3 months time. So this I would like to announce to all of you. I'm learning that now. So learning is always a continuous process, and perseverance and resilience and proactiveness and right attitude. These are all the key factors required to be a successful entrepreneur. I was talking to you about the challenges. As I said, what are all the challenges you are going to face? So you want to be a successful entrepreneur, then you have to face the challenges yourself. No one is going to push you. So it is up to you to do it. Whether you do it, even if you escape it today, tomorrow you have to do it. That's what I said, my own case study of just getting a file generated. I just waited for about 2 weeks time with my people to try. They could not, but ultimately I have to do that. It's a challenge for me. So stress of running a business. Sometimes the business module itself is going to be a challenge for you. Sometimes the government regulations, by mistake or by oversight, we may have not seen some of the government regulations, especially, something like, process industries. I know one of my friend used to struggle like anything with the pollution control board always. He used to get always notice from the PCB, and he used to try to manage, because there are some regulations in the residential zone. You're supposed not to go for any type of a process industry which will leave the hazardous chemical. We all know recently also what has happened in Visakhapatnam and other places, right? So we should also study the government regulations. This is also one of the challenge. And lack of knowledge about raising the venture capital. The smart way of doing business today is not to put money from your own pocket. Just prepare a smart plan. There are platforms, there are hundreds of people ready to finance for you. So go and approach the venture capitalists. So you should know what are all the venture capitalists are available. Venture cap VCs, normally we call it VCs. Now VCs, micro VCs are also available. Even for the small also, they are ready to fund. Even there are many other government things are like Startup India, Make in India, which Mudra loans. There are many things are there. I will come to the later part when it comes to the finance, where you will be getting it, how you are going to approach it, to whom you have to approach it. And sometimes the market conditions are going to be challenged. Say, for example, today that pandemic, COVID, what we are facing it. We have seen that more than about 2.5, 3 months, all the cloth showrooms were closed. We can't do anything. See, even they open up after almost one to 1.5 week or almost 2 weeks time, they didn't get any customers because they are afraid to come. So sometimes the market condition is also a challenge for you. And sometimes to get a good employees and market the products, a wise way to market the products. What are all the different ways to market the products also I'll tell you. What are all the smart ways to market the product also I'll tell you. And building a good sales team, the more and most important thing in any of the business. Ultimately, the salesperson is responsible. If he is not coming out with a sale, then the entire thing, what process we are talking about is going to be waste. And skepticism about the technology. Sometimes some people will feel that some people will have that phobia. They call it, and why should I have to learn? Okay, I am the CEO. I know operate how to send an email and receive an email. That's it. Why should I have to know what is BCC, what is CC? What is the problem for me? Why should I have to know? Anyway, my clerk is there. No, never do that. Try to have, because that's also sometimes the challenge for you. You may not aware. And scale management and infrastructure. Always according to your level of productions and service, you have to scale your management and infrastructure. That's also a very big challenge. Again, for that, you have to go for a finance. As I mentioned, I'm just giving a statistics, which is I've just downloaded from some of the reliable site. Be passionate. If you don't love what you do, don't do it. Very true statement, because I believe in this. I believe in this. Every successful business people also believe in this concept. If you don't love what you do, don't do it. Let us not do it just for the sake of others. See, now this example, you can just see. See, 9% of the people, I was forced by the recession to start something. Because now the recession, now the COVID, so somebody has forced you to start something, don't start. And 7% of the people took over family business because my daddy used to do, my grandpa used to do, somebody used to do in my family, my maternal uncle used to do. ఆయన చేస్తున్నారు కాబట్టి నేను కూడా చేయాలి. No, don't do that. And to help others or give back something, don't do. Not just to help others. Yes, definitely as an entrepreneur, we are going to help the families of our own employees. But don't think that no, to help others, you want to start something. Don't do that. Or to fulfill my life dream. I started the session with the dream only. What is your dream? No, even that can be a part of your passion. So 44% people today are successful because I saw an opportunity to make something great. That is the passion. So that passion make me to be a successful entrepreneur. So to always have a passion and try to study the market. Not simply having a passion, you jump into it. Don't do that. Try to study, try to see that what are all the opportunities available, either to in the manufacturing segment or in the trading segment. There are a lot of things that are available today in the trading segment. And today, India is the largest exporter of the PPE. And there is a scarcity, absolutely scarcity. There are a lot of things. Even, in fact, I was just, thinking something which is, maybe weird for people now, if I don't want to spell that now. Because I'm just, the thing is happening for the last 3 days to me. After seeing the scenario of the ventilators and after seeing that some of the case studies that in Italy, it is not like this, in other countries, it's not like this, WHO statements and all those things. Okay, let me not get into it. But I feel that always try to have some passion on it. Ultimately, you will be the successful. Then visualize your goals. Visualizing your goals is to define it so clearly that is real and tangible. Means, what do you mean by this statement? I want to become a successful entrepreneur. Is this statement is true? Or I will become a successful entrepreneur by starting a business that solves a problem for this specific niche of my audience. Now, I would like to stop a session for a while and I want to take this question with the audience. What do you mean by visualizing the goals? Because I want to be a successful entrepreneur. Is it the visualizing the goals? Anyone?
Yes, sir. Anyone, please raise your hands to answer the question.
Which one is correct? The first statement or the second statement? They want the statement again? I'm just sharing the statement again. Is it visible? Which statement
Yes,
is
sir,
correct?
visible.
Yeah, my dear entrepreneurs, budding entrepreneurs, future of India, come on, let me know. Visualizing your goals is to define it to so clearly that it is real and tangible. Which statement is correct? I want to become a successful entrepreneur, or I will become a successful entrepreneur by starting a business that solves a problem for this specific niche, means specific audience.
Shall I, sir? Shall I?
Yeah.
Second one, sir. As no one raised the hand here.
Okay. Second one, that's
Second
correct.
one. I choose second one, sir.
Yeah, that's
As per
perfect.
my knowledge.
Yeah, so don't simply say that no, I'm visualizing my goals because I want to become a successful entrepreneur. No, you want to become a successful entrepreneur by addressing some problem, then only you are going to be a successful. So in this, again, I want to take a small, I don't want to take a story, but anyway, I want to say that there is a difference between a successful and purposeful in the life, which has been taught by, the late Dr. Ratnakar, who is also one of a very excellent speaker. And he is one of the very great speaker in Impact Foundation also many the times, because I admired on him. He used to say that you want to be a successful life or you want to be a purposeful life. So there's a lot of difference. So always try to live a purposeful, not a successful. Successful is a smaller segment. So let us have a purposeful. What are all the ideas? Visualizing the ideas, there are about 33 ways said by this funders and founders group. They have given about 33 different ideas. Visualizing the ideas. There are many forms, like, you can prepare a bar chart, or you can prepare an infographic, or you can prepare an icon graphic, or you can prepare a simple graph, or you can also just have a pie chart, or you can have a pyramid chart, whatever way. So you can find there are about 33 ways to visualize the ideas. To try to visualize your ideas before you start going to start. Try to visualize your ideas. Try to understand the pain points of the customers. What exactly the gap is there? Suppose, for example, you want to start a small mobile accessory shop. So what is today required? What is the gap? Whenever I run to the mobile shop, you as a customer, what is the difficulty you used to face? So try to understand that. Start a solution with that. Then definitely your shop is going to be one of the successful shop and a purposeful shop. So try to have and visualize your ideas. Try to put that in a different format and come out with a conclusion. And hire the great partners. Yes, I was talking to you about, whether to go with one person of your own self or two people or multi people. See, this is the statistics again. 20% of the people with a one founder could not take up properly. Estimated percentage of successful startup by the number of founders. But wherein 47.5 people with the two founders are successful. So means more than two founders. So again, here, too many cooks spoils the food. That's very important. When you are going to choose your partner, the partner that equal to you, don't try to get a partner below you, or don't try to simply get a partner because he is having some expertise which you are not having. That time what happens, slowly he will try to play a little supremacy role and he will try to take over you. So never try to have that type of a founder, a partner. So for example, eMetha Technologies is my company where I have my founder, I have my partner, my own better half is the partner. When I started with my second company, I realized that not only my family, somebody also I have to involve and I have to see that I can get more people. So I went outside and I find my close friend associates who are there with me for the past 20 years and identify them and I place them the ideas. This is what my idea. I would like to start a referral networking company and this is what the industry is going out and this is how the industry is going to be in 2025. This is how the industry is going to reach in 2030. This is how the industry is going to be take forward. Then there was some changes have been happened between, because when I have taken the expert from the different fields, there are chances now they will also try to give some inputs. So we have taken all those inputs and today we are successfully running with the 5 partners, the other organization. So the most of the people with the more than one is a successful, what I mean to say over here. So, but you have to select the right partner. So 47.5 as per this survey, 47.5% more than 2 founders are successful startups. Then spend time. Spend time means what? Overnight the success will not come. When I said I started in 1999 with about only 3 lakhs, in the 3 lakhs, what I was having my PF and gratuity from Nagarjuna Construction about 1.5 lakh, and for 1.5 lakh I have gone for a bank loan with the Canara Bank. So I thought, okay, I can repay it in 6 months' time. I was telling the manager, and he also said that, okay, I'm sanctioning it, Ramesh, because you started 9,999 because he was more sentimental person. 9 o'clock you started with the 9 programs and also definitely yes, you're going to do it 6 months. But it has taken about 1.5 years for me. So it is not the way how we visualize the things is going to come to the reality. So here I'm just sharing. So it takes its own time. We have to be very patient and we have to just try to take the corrective steps then and there required. That's most important. Not like that because it's not working out, try to close it and open something else. No. Whatever in that field, you try to be a thorough master in that field. Today I'm proudly saying in technology, though I'm not a technology guy into the core, I'm a technocrat, means an MBA finance with Oracle and Oracle Financials. That's my background. But I can speak on any of the technology, be it be an artificial intelligence, be it be a machine learning, and be it be on the WhatsApp bot, which we have also launched recently. We are one of the company in Hyderabad that have launched recently the WhatsApp bot solution, which is again the next gen solution, where now the only banks have started doing this bot solutions, not the other companies. So we are now approaching the other companies. So it is the passion in me. Second thing is I want to always adopt some technology. So try to revise some things. See, these statistics, as per these statistics, 25% of the startup fall within their first year. Why? Because there is a lack of proper vision. They don't have a long vision. They will just start and they find that it's not working, they will close. So out of the 75% of those remaining, 36% will fall in their second year. What happens? First year it is going good. Secondly, normally what happens, you may be little delay in your product delivery, or you may be little delay, or your product is little bit inferior quality, then you may not get the same customer connect. And another bad idea in India, what I have seen with many entrepreneurs, because they find that country is, it's a vast market, volume market, we call it, in business terminology. India is the volume market. Okay, if not Ramesh, Suresh is there to buy my product. So after leaving Ramesh, half the way he will go to Suresh. He may not aware, as an entrepreneur, Suresh and Ramesh is connected in some other platform. I'm just giving an example of the names. Suresh and Ramesh is connected in some other platform, right? So which will come to know over a period of time to Suresh, then Suresh also will discontinue you. He will say that, no, sir, you have not given a proper solution to Ramesh. So try to never go into that type of thing. This is where actually the second year and third year, the people fall down is happening because of this. They never go for the repeat orders. They will see that, okay, he is not here. If not Hyderabad, I will move to Vijayawada. If not Vijayawada, I will move to Visakhapatnam. If not Visakhapatnam, I will move to Karimnagar. If not Karimnagar, I will go to Bangalore. No, wherever you go, global is a very small one. You will find some other way, some people, somewhere, links and things. So when you want to say that feedback, I'll come to the slide later, feedback, which is again a very powerful tool today. So when you see, finally, 50% will fall in their fourth year. If you see the total statistics, about around 16 to 18% of the startups are flourishing even beyond 5 years. So why this is happening in India? There are many such reasons. So let me just put forth some of the reasons. The first and foremost is that main thing is that we have to plan for our finance. Many of the people will fail in finance planning. So normally, as I said, we feel that we have to always see, you can see the statistics here. 82% of people will be just, doing the entrepreneurship using the savings and the families and friends, which is a quite wrong notion, because we don't know. Sometimes it may work in our family, sometimes it may work with our friends, but not every time. If you go and just ask our friend that, boss, today also you give me another 10 lakhs, I will give you repay it in another 3 years, and I will give the interest, wherein you have already got, deviated the interest or deviated the, whatever the charges to be given to him. Definitely is not going to, he will say that, sorry, boss, I gave Monane okalki ichanu, so sorry. He will not say that straight away. He will say that Monane ichanu, ledante naaku tight undi, ledante ma intla pelli undi, or I have some other commitment, or my son is there for medical, he is going for a doctor, so I need money for it. Something he will be telling and they will be throwing it out. So never go with the funds, with the savings, with the family of the family or the friends. As an entrepreneur, the smart way, and 2% will go for the others, like you know very well, interest on interest people, and they get stuck somewhere and they will write the business and go. Or sometimes the product or the equipments in the industry, or maybe the entire industry will be returned to that person, and he will also keep it locked because he's not aware. He's basically a financier. He's not aware anything about it. And only in India, 16% of the people goes for the bank. Wherein banks today, especially after this last government, the Make in India project or Startup India project, or you talk about the Mudra, up to 1 crore, 1 after 7 zeros, you are going to get a fund without any collateral. If your project idea is great, if it is workable, feasible, and if it is able to give a challenging 5 years task, yes, there are banks ready to finance for you. So why can't you, because this is where actually we fail. We try to go with somebody and we will end up with this scenario of the second or third year. We'll get stuck somewhere. We are not able to finance, we are not able to refinance, repay to the person from whom we financed. And also similar way, we are not able to give the product delivery to the customer. So we'll end up in it. So try to have a good sort of a tie-up with the banks and try to approach them in a proper way. There are organizations which also help you out to reach. There's something called, where I am actually a senior mentor, Bharatiya Yuva Shakti Trust, started by our great visionary R. Venkatraman when he was the president of India, and the founder trustee and the managing trustee is R. Venkatraman's own daughter, Mrs. Lakshmi Venkateshan. She is there, and there are trustees like all the people like Ratan Tata, Bajaj. They're all the trustees over there. They give you straight away, if your project is fine, they have some selection panel, they have something called awareness generation program, they have that entrepreneur selection panel. If you are through, then they will guide you and they will also mentor you for the next 2 years. Not only just they will get you and arrange a finance from the bank without any collateral. There are like that many organizations are there. MSMEs, there are a lot of opportunities now. Even this COVID situation, our government has given about 200 lakhs something financial offerings. You just go and study it. This is the right time for you to go and do a deep study. Very important. I want to just stop here and say a small about this bamboo. We all know that bamboo tree. Bamboo tree, before it comes up from the ground, it takes about 4 months. It will get, in the root. We have to pour water and see that proper manuals all being put. Then only the tree will come up. So be like a bamboo today. In the COVID situation, we cannot go out anything. So try to do something of do search and see that which all the organization is helping out and try out what are the schemes available. And once it's called new normal. Day before yesterday, new normal means what? It's nothing but simply mask veskontamu. But everything mask mask. That is not new normal. New normal and we have to wear the mask properly and we have to maintain that physical distance and talk to the people. That's called new normal. I'm just giving a little bit away from the presentation so that you all will get back to me. So new normal life flow. Once it started moving on, try to approach. Till that time, do all these homeworks and KYC. I was talking about. This is one of the best way to be a successful entrepreneur. What do you mean by KYC? We all know it very well. Know your customer. So here also, you should know your customer before you make a financial plan or raise a capital or even choosing a name of the company. Many people used to put on, na inti perla pettukuntanu, ma abbai perla pettukuntanu, ma father perla pettukuntanu. And no, I am not, with the due respect to all of you, I am not saying no to it because somebody will have that things always. But I feel, ఎందుకు నేను చెప్తున్నానంటే not on the positive negative way, but మనం పెట్టేసిన తర్వాత మనకి ఏమైనా struggle అయితే then we will start thinking about that also. Our Indian mentality is something like, I think I can, maybe people like Gampa Nageshwar can share with me that as a psychologist, we started thinking, అరే నేను ఈ పేరు పెట్టకుండా వేరే పేరు పెట్టుకుంటే బాగుంటుందేమో అని. సో అందుకే try to have some good name. Even to choose a name, you should know your customer, you should know your product. Make sure that there is a customer who would buy your product or use your services. And successful entrepreneurs know who their customers are. That's very important. To know the customer, first you should know what is the pain point of the customers. Once we know the pain point of the customer, then you can design, develop a product or a service to the customer need. For example, simple catering. You want to go for a catering services? That's one of the best services today, no doubt. Somebody was asking me that, no, I want to start without any capital. I was just suggesting him, if you have a moped, two-wheeler, you can get a business, you can do a business, you can make money end of the day. I was just telling him, similar way, these are all the small things which is not required much capital investment. But when you go to that particular thing, you should know that what is the pain points. There's somebody may not require more masalas. I'm just giving a scenario of the catering. Somebody may not be looking at more masalas, or somebody may be having, diabetic problems. So try to understand their product requirement and develop it, and definitely they will be your lifelong customer. So that's about the know your customer. Yeah, listen to complaints. Yes, my dear friends, I was talking to you about all these things, all this about more than an hour now. I'm talking about the ways and how to go for it, and how to start a business and all. The most important thing is listen to the complaints. Recently, I was going through one of the video of Infosys Narayana Murthy Garu with Sadhguru. So it was shared by one of our vice governor recently. He was saying that he was being asked, how come you being a very humble startup person and grown up to this stage? So he was telling this is not only for the business I'm talking about, this is even for anybody to become a good leader. You should first of all try to get the feedbacks. So many leaders and many of the entrepreneurs never used to take the feedback. I was also talking in the previous slides also about this feedback and reviews are today building the company. Today you just Google it, you will find Paytm is the number one. Why? Because they get constant feedbacks, very good reviews, always 5. Sometimes it gets about 4.5, otherwise always 5, because their service is good. So try to get the feedback. Feedback, when we say, even you have to try to get the negative feedbacks. Normally, leaders, as a leaders or as a CEO, we normally used to see that, okay, somebody is giving a collective feedback. And have you seen any website with a negative feedback or at least a neutral feedback? You can tell me any one website or any one place, anywhere you find that somebody's feedback is being honestly pasted, except in some of the apps, because in apps, what happens, if you are not able to delete it, it cannot be deleted after that. So there is a mechanism in that apps. So sometimes that's why we can find in the apps, like even Amazon, we can find the feedback. I have received this, don't go with this supplier. I received only empty box. Even it has happened for my own son on his birthday. He ordered for a wristwatch, only empty boxes come. So after he ordered, then he saw the review. Then he said, Daddy, I think it's doubtful. Very next day only that has got delivered. And we thought only the box is there. No wristwatch was there inside. So he has studied the feedback later. But otherwise, no one will give the constant, never check the constant negative feedbacks. If you try to give the feedback, you can see that the graph shows very clearly 80% companies that believe that they provide superior value. They believe that they provide superior value. But on the other hand, 8% companies whose client agree to that. Out of that 80%, only 8% clients will agree that yes, this company is a superior, their product is superior, their service is superior. There is no flaw in that. And even if there is a flaw, they are able to come to us quickly. So this is very important to be a successful entrepreneur. Listen to the complaints. The most that you are going to do it, the more benefit you are going to get. So that's what actually I thought of. Let me just tell you that what actually great Narayan Murthy was sharing, that how he has evolved as the great leader, a successful entrepreneur of today running the entire IT industry, entire banking sector. You can find Infosys products. Every banks. You talk about HSBC, you talk about any bank, Standard Chartered Bank, any bank, multinational banks or Indian banks, you can find Infosys product. Because they used to get constantly, and in it, especially in the IT field, we have to take constant feedbacks. On feedbacks, we have to grow. I was telling my own story of what I have done with the Vikalangala Corporation, AP Vikalangala Corporation, where I have done, after that, I got immediately an order from JHMC because I could able to fix the problem. If I have not taken that feedback and if I have not addressed their solution, I got my 50% payment by the time I can leave the client and go. But it's not that. I may not got another client. I may not got again ventured into such a big organization called JHMC because I could able to address the feedback. I could able to address the complaint. So try to address the complaint. It may be a smaller or bigger in size. As an entrepreneur, see that you listen the complaints and the feedbacks, both positive and negative. Take the negative into a right spirit and try to adjust your product or delivery service so that you will be the top in the world. Then read case studies, the most important for any business entrepreneurs. As I was telling, as an entrepreneur, yes, I have just started something. So can I sit in my home and just watch TV or just do a time pass? I go to office around 11:30. Have my talk to my people. What you are doing? What you are doing? Just now I delivery. Just I come back, have my lunch, take rest. Again I go back. No, you have to do your more time. You have to spend on reading the case studies. So the very important thing here, you can see a graph, a picture, which says that 20% of the founders who have failed on their first startup succeed on their second. So if you are failed, don't give up. Don't give up. Why you are failed? You analyze the reasons. I was telling you many of the things, like you have to go for visualizing your ideas. What are all the types of visualizing the ideas? Once if you have visualized the ideas, how you have to implement the ideas and where you have to go for the finance. Once you have done all, but before starting the things, you should know that what is the requirement for the customer, where the customer is getting a pain, whether I am able to address the pain. So when you put all these things in the basket, definitely if your startup of the first is failure, I am giving you in writing, or I can give an open declaration that you will be a successful entrepreneur in the second time. After all, we are all the first gen entrepreneurs. I am a first gen entrepreneur in my family. My father is a Purohitar. Okay, I'm from a Brahmin community and my father is a Purohitar. So I'm a first gen entrepreneur. I feel really very proud. My brother worked for a big company today, MNC company in abroad. He also feel very proud sometimes that I have no doubt You may not be possessing the wealth, but you are having a lot of knowledge, which today I'm not having. As I work from 9 to 5 and just I work, come back. But you are meeting many different type of peoples, many different type of segments, many different type of products, many different type of services. So you have more knowledge. So he feels always, he's elder to me, but he feels always that, yes, I'm really happy today to see you as a best entrepreneur. And wherein I, though wealth-wise I am high, but I never feel that wealth-wise anytime you can overtake. It's just on a one deal I can overtake. It's all in our hand now. How we can calculatively, after putting about 10 years of experience, we know very well where we have to put, we can get our money quickly. So initially you have to do that struggle. You have to take more case studies and self-promote. This also we fail, and we feel that why should I have to tell to somebody that I'm doing this business? Why should I have to tell that somebody that I'm doing an catering business? I've done my MBA. Why should I have to do that? I have to tell somebody that I'm doing a candle business. I know one of my friend who does this candle business in Kukatpalli, and he possesses equal to my wealth. I'm in IT. He possesses equal to my wealth. So never ever degrade yourself, and you have to promote yourself. The first and foremost thing as an entrepreneur. Never underestimating the resources is another important thing, which normally we do. And too much of competition, we feel that it's a too much competition. No, I cannot. That's the reason I said, first of all, while taking the planning itself, you have to take in such a way that where I will find less competition, or where I can give something a different USP, unique selling proposition. When I say USP, it is nothing but a unique selling proposition. Why I have to why my product has to be bought by somebody, or why they have to call for my services. If suppose I'm running a laundry services today, my dear friends, I'm telling you, service industry is next booming industry. Next decade, I can take it granted, any service you talk about it, it's going to be a booming industry. So for example, I'm having a laundry services. I should not feel that no, somebody is already there. There are many people are there, bandboxes, there are many companies are there. That what is that I can give separate? What that I can give them unique? So you have to think like that. Then you will not find that competition. You can always give that edge over. And always you have to give up your ego as an entrepreneur. The very important thing, that self-ego will kill us. And not enough marketing approach or no written plan. We just talk, raat gaya, baat gaya, we call it. In our lines training, we normally used to say that after giving the training, don't just like that, raat gaya, baat gaya, please try to take over something. And arrogance. Arrogance, definitely, because sometimes customer may be arrogant, but we should never be arrogant with the customer. We should humbly take it. We should humbly take it in such a way that they have to feel and come back to us, say sorry. Even though there is a mistake at our side, sometimes because they take it as an advantage, they take right of it. No, never go into that mode. But definitely you will be the successful entrepreneur. And always try to deliver. Don't sell. There is a lot of difference between selling and delivering. As again, I was talking to you about, I've just taken here the example of the social media. But in general, selling is, as I said, it's a one-time. Delivering is nothing but a connectivity between you and the customer, always, ever. So I sell the product. After that, the customer is calling. You are not responding, or you are not responding to his feedback. Gone. So you have just sold the product, no doubt about it. But again, you cannot do any selling, any more delivery. But when delivery is nothing but after selling also, connect with them. So the best platform today is the social media. We know very well. Create a small social media page of your own, either in Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn, or depends upon the product and service. Suppose you are into professional services, go for a LinkedIn profile. If you are into the products, or if you are into the trading, go for a simple Facebook, and only go for a Twitter program. Maybe go for an Instagram. If you are going to sell something on the something related to the apparels, women apparel or men apparel or anything, go for the best way is Instagram. A small Instagram, small videos will make them more interactive. People will start getting it. You will get more followers. The more followers, the more you will be getting it. You can see the curve, the traditional way of selling and the social media selling, how it is. You can see that there's a vast difference. I was talking last week only to my people, the difference between the advantage between the social over the traditional. If I give an advertisement in a newspaper, it is going to come only for a day, and it is going to be a costly affair. If I go for a small 1/4 size of the paper advertisement today in a newspaper, in a daily like a Deccan Chronicle or the Hindu or Enadu, it is going to cost me about more than 75,000 to 80,000, and it is going to be only a one-day affair. But with that 80,000 rupees, I can do a great way of promotion using my social media page. So try to think smart way. So no more the traditional going of spending a costly advertisements. Those people are doing because unfortunately, for example, you decided to release an advertisement and you want to start a company, and many people, they will be having some of your media friend, you might have got about 30% discount also. So you are going to start and you are going to give an advertisement. The launch of franchisee network at Kokatpalli. The advertisement has come. Unfortunately, on the day, there is something has happened in political, or something has happened in your local area, or some bad news have happened. What happens? Your advertisement is not at all going to be viewed by not even a single person. Everyone will buy paper, open the news and close it. Then they will send it to the kitchen. Next day it will go to the kitchen, or later it will go to the paper shop. Or even sometimes we used to buy, like I have a trust where we do the wealth out of waste project, collecting the waste paper from the people who are going to give the waste paper to us. We collect them and we hand over to ITC Bhadrachalam, and we convert that as a notebooks and we give it that to free of cost to the government school children. This we are doing in our trust for the past 5 years successfully. With every year about 50 tons of waste paper I am collecting it, where we are also saving the environment, that is cutting the trees. To make a fresh paper, it takes to cut about 17 trees for a 1 ton of paper. But when I am going for recycling, it is not even 1/4. So I am saving the environment. At the same time, I am giving to the poor children. So this project. So sometimes this newspaper goes for that type of an activity. But still it's good activity, no doubt, but it's going waste. Wherein the same thing is there in the social media, and it is going to be there globally, and it is going to be there till you are going to keep it. The moment you pull down only, it is going to get pulled down. Otherwise, it's going to be there in your page, and you can going to share any number of times to any number of people. So these are the advantages of going with the social media compared to the traditional marketing. So try to understand and try to see that you will always go for a delivery, not selling the product. Yeah. Now let me coming to the failures. So failure rates of startup, because I've taken this as a last, not maybe another 5 minutes or 10 minutes, I'm going to wind up. So failure rates of startups, 95% of the falls short of meeting projection. They will be projecting something, 95% will fall in that. 80% people will fall to see that projection return on investment. The projected return on investment is not coming, so 80% people will be feeling, because once the ROI is not coming or it is extended, we are not having patience. That's what I said. Wait and see, watch. When I say that no, 25% to 36% to 44%, is nothing but you have to just wait for some time to get the return on investment, and you have to do always a revision. Revision in life is also very important. Revision in business is also very important. Revision in life, I mean to say very lighter way, not in any other way. Don't take it. Revision in life is some small adjustments. We have to revise ourselves and we have to revise our target. We can project it well. It may take a longer time. Go and approach to the bank saying that, sir, because of these conditions, because of these reasons, is going to take up. So can you just allow me to take some more time? Definitely no one will say, but rather what we do, we try to hide. When the banker calls, we will not lift the phone, or we'll switch off the phone, or we'll change the mobile number. What happens? End result, banker will start hunt, come to our premises, lift our machinery and known to the public. Then we say that, yes, I started something, it's got closed because I'm not able. But there are chances, there are ways out. As an entrepreneur, think very coolly, think and also share. Try to share the ideas with the people. And 40% of the people will liquidate and lost most or all the investments sometimes. Even whatever they earn also will be losing it, or even their own properties. We have seen. Okay, I'm just telling you the reasons also later. 99% of the reason for failure is lack of planning and experience, my dear friends. So when I say experience, then you may be asking one challenge now as a young entrepreneur. Sir, why you are asking us to start? Why you are telling that be as an entrepreneur rather than going for a job? No, I'm not telling you that simply don't go for a job, go for only entrepreneur. There are opportunities are there. There are plenty. So you have to study. You have to study and you have to just see the case studies, and you have to also go for visualizing the ideas. And you have to, if you go through all those processes and you start, definitely that's where your planning is perfect. So you are not going to be a failure. And always try to ask, as I was telling in the previous slide, have some mentor with you, somebody of your own industry, maybe who is having about 10 years, 15 years experience. Today, collaboration is one of the very powerful tool compared to the competitors. There are no competitors. Even if you find recently, the Telephone Regulatory Authority, TRAI, has come out with the scheme called DLT. That is, the people who have to register mandatorily their sender ID for the bulk SMS. Okay, now the collaboration has happened. Vodafone, Jio, BSNL, Airtel have collaborated. So if you take it in one entity, other entities are free. You just give that entity number, then they are allowing you to transact. So the collaboration has happened. So here you have to ask for always some mentors, some seniors, some leaders, some of our family members, sometimes good government authorities. You can reach to any of the IAS officers. You can reach to any of the the industrial people, the MSME people. There are many people out there, and they are our servant. They are ready to serve, but we never used to go to them. I have seen that last time when district DIC general manager, when he has come to one of our meeting at BYST, he was telling, sir, I never used to get anybody, any entrepreneurs particularly, walk into my chamber saying that, sir, I want to start something, how to start. I never seen anybody. He feel that, no, it's my job, I'm ready, but I don't know how to reach to them. So there are many organizations like Lions, Rotaries, and organizations are there where we are always keep telling to the youth. We go for different seminars, and I go to the entrepreneur development cell of the different engineering colleges, used to give lecture to the students. You can approach these people for this. So we can approach easily. They are approachable. They are government servants. They are paid by our own taxes. Government servants are paid by our own taxes. They are ready to take up your requirement, and they are ready to guide you. But it is we to go and approach them. If you approach them, then they will give you a proper solution. So try to ask, have a mentor, try to ask good input from them continuously, from the seniors and leaders, and also from your family members. No doubt, maybe sometime your son may give a good idea, your daughter may give a good idea, but we sometimes feel that insecure to discuss. I'm not telling to discuss everything. Whenever there is some problem is happening, they themselves can read out your mind. But sometimes also you can also ask them that, no, I'm getting this like this, so how to fix it? Maybe they can give you a great ideas. That may be a winning idea for you, or maybe your dream comes true. Project may come through that. We don't know, because as I said, in the entrepreneur, when compared to the salary, at a one deal, I can beat anybody. I can beat anybody. Maybe today, as I said, wealth-wise, my elder brother is possessing more. In one deal, I can move him up. But he cannot, because he is having a standard which comes to his account, and he has to spend for various things, and he has to do an investment. That's it. That's how he plans. But wherein my plan will be of all 360 degree, and one deal as a business entrepreneur, I can get it. So it is all in our hand. We have to keep continuously ask, meet people, adopt some mentoring concept, try to adopt somebody as a mentor or some seniors, industrial leaders, try to get some help from the people. Automatically, you can be a successful unit. And before winding up, my favorite, networking. As an entrepreneur, the best way for success is networking. Networking is something very powerful today, and it can beat anything. So when I say networking, there are different platforms are there for the networking. Social networking, like NGOs like Lions Clubs International, Rotaries, JCI, there are many associations out there. You can join as a member in that. Okay, definitely that is a giver's platform, no doubt about it. There you cannot expect a business, but at least you can connect with the people. Networking is nothing but connecting the people, connecting the audience, connecting the customer, connecting the end user. And there are many associations of your own. Say, for example, you are going to have a plastic trade company. So there is a plastic trade association is available. Just register your name there. Normally, people used to scare. And if I go there, maybe that XYZ plastic guy also will be there. He's my competitor. Why should I have to register? No, that's very wrong notion. As I said, there will be a thin layer where there will be a collaboration that can happen. Where suppose, for example, I have found a case study in this plastic area that one of the company, they are looking for some containers. And there is another person who is also in the plastic industry. in another networking platform. But he also have that similar thing. So he was always scared that no, he was always used to grumble that he is not able to get any business through this platform. No one is giving it up. But later, once when he had a meeting, a detailed meeting, we call it as one-to-one with that person, then he find that this guy is struggling a cap for that container. And the other person manufactures that cap. That is the lid, we call it. And you don't know, my dear friends, he got about 6 crores of order in a single lid. That's it. End of the day. So he got his dream. But wherein he felt that he is my competitor, he has not joined in the association, but he joined in some other association, he got him connected. And there are some serious networking platforms, like as I was talking to you about Vyapar Exchange, or nowadays there are a lot of community-based networks are coming in, like Reddy Business Network, Brahmin Business Network, Vaishya Business Network. Try to connect. As an entrepreneur, you should see that you are getting connected in all this network. That's what that the famous Warren Buffett, he says, try to put yourself, your thought and ideas, your times in all baskets. So here I'm talking about all baskets is nothing but these are all the baskets. So you can put something on the associations, be a member of it. Like Hyderabad Management Association is there. You can be a member of that. There are many people are connected in that today. You can get a great deals there. And similarly, federations like CII or FAPSIA, be a member in that. It may be a little, the money which you need to spend, but definitely those are going to give you a 100% return. Whatever the money you are spending, you are going to get double time, 3 times, or sometimes n time the results. So be connect in any of the network or all of the network or most of the network which is available with you as to become a successful entrepreneur. Yeah. So now I think it's all set. You got get inspired. So now I would like to, let me just, going to wind up with the famous quote from the Forbes. Believe it or not, the keys to startup success is largely depend upon these 4 common markers shared amongst the Mughals. The number 1 is professional experience. Number 2 is creative and positive thinking. Number 3 is fluid intelligence. And number 4 is flexibility and agreeableness. So these are all the 4 factors which makes the startup to be get inspired as a successful business. So I am ready to take some questions. Let us get into the question and answer sessions.
Yeah, sir. Please raise your hand to ask questions.
I hope you all enjoyed the session.
No video, no question, no unmute option will be given. Sorry. Okay, Lokesh Chandra, I'm unmuting you. Please talk.
Yeah, Lokesh, tell me.
Sridhar, sir, please talk.
Yeah, I'm able to audible.
Yes, sir. You are
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, it was a wonderful section, sir. Really deep insight into that. And in fact, I was also working for a corporate, and I was in SAP field for last 22 years. Last year, mid-Jan, I took the break to come out of the corporate to pursue my passion.
Great, sir.
So I was into analytics, business analytics last 15 years. I love that field, and I built my career in that field. And when I started my startup, like around July, so I thought, what is that I can do with analytics? So because I come from SAP, it's a very expensive affair, right? It is very difficult. So then I looked at other options also. So which are the other things? There are wonderful products out there with a better deployment and better price and whatnot. Everything was user experience, everything was good. Yes. So then I thought, typically, as you are also mentioning, the percentage of people, how much percentage of people are happy after they sell? Because as a product, seller, I say I'm good. But when it comes to the customer, it is different.
That's correct.
Because this, with my corporate experience, that I realized, because everybody goes with the selling mode. They don't analyze whether customer really requires this.
Yes.
So they go and sell it somehow at a different levels. They engage the team and they sell it. They implement whatever they think and whatever customer knowledgeable, they come out. Then when they start using, they realize the problems. Exactly. So then I also realized, instead of going with analytics solution, let me do something different. It took a couple of months for me to realize what I thought, let me do the management consulting. So to put it in a simple terms, management consulting means I take an X-ray of a company. So identify.
Sorry, sir. Please ask direct question as the time is not enough for us.
Yeah, I'm coming to that because I also want to appreciate what is the value of, sir has mentioned. At the same time, I'm coming to the question. It takes some time. So then when I do that, I identify the problem. I have to convince the customer this is the problem. So what I'm trying to say is, I don't want to sell my services. I want to be with the customer and help them throughout his journey, sir. That is what management consulting, what I'm going to offer.
That's good, sir.
Right? I don't want to sell and get rid.
Fantastic.
Right? When
Sir, audio gone. Yeah, okay. Next question, please.
Sir, you can answer, sir.
Yeah.
Next question, sir. Please ask. Anyone with video can ask question. Lokesh Chandra, ask your question, sir, in a straight manner. There is no time for us.
Only question, please.
Who appoints CEO, sir? Who appoints CEO in the company?
Sir, your video is not good, sir. Sorry. As it is going in YouTube live, we are not allowing any mess videos here. Mohammed Shamir, ask your question directly.
Hello.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Hello.
Yeah, sir. Speak on, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for this session.
Ask your question directly, sir. We have no time.
Yeah. Sir, it's been little bit difficult to find a co-founder for any business, for a startup, when it is on a idea stage. So how to take this? How to?
See, it is not required that every time you need to go for a co-founder. As I said, this case study, that instead of having one for single founder, if there are two founders are there or two or more, it will be of easy for you to handle it. So if you're not able to find, you can start with your own self. There is absolutely not a necessity that you have to go for always a co-founder, right? Once maybe when you're startup stage, then immediately somebody may try to join. And always try to see that, as I mentioned, when you are selecting your co-founder, you see that the qualities, especially that not that he is in the particular domination field of a particular segment, which you are not aware of it completely. Wherein what happens over a period of time, there are chances where he can hijack of your own effort. So you have to take care of those things. Yeah. Any other question?
Yeah, sir. We have many questions, but we are okay. Let's take one more question, sir. Haimavati, man, no. NV Sharma, sir.
Yes, sir.
Please talk.
Yes, sir.
Speak, sir.
Sir, good evening, sir.
Good evening.
Sir, it's a wonderful talk, Andy. Very, very interesting. Yeah, and it's very wonderful, Andy. I have got a basic question, Andy. See, basically, we Indians, particularly from forward caste community, they don't have a business mentality in their blood. See, we are basically service oriented. So, to start a startup or to do a business, one should have it's a business type activity. We are generally used to service type of mentality, and we have got a fear. Though we have got the technicality is there, everything is there. Because of fear, we could not venture into that.
Yeah.
So how to overcome this fear factor, sir?
Yeah, see, that is one very major thing, right? You rightly asked, you rightly pointed out. If you have the fear, definitely, not only, business, in anywhere, we are not able to going to be a successful one. And first and foremost thing is that for that, we should have a self-confident with us. Self-confident always narrow with the overconfident, we call it, right? So when I say self-confident, I start my day every day as a fresh. I never look at what has happened the previous day, or I'm not going to look at so I should have some sort of a practice. And as you said rightly, communities, that those are the olden days when only that, Baniyas or Vaishyas only used to do the business. But, Brahmins never used to come into the business. But as you also mentioned that, the startups, the service, you are service minded. So you can start up some service oriented industry. No, need not go for an industry which you are not familiar, but you can have your own great ideas and see that that has been put into the service industry. I think I have addressed your point. And never, if you have a fear, definitely don't go for it. Don't venture for it with a fear. You should never have a fear.
How to overcome that fear, sir?
Self-confident, yes, I can do. As I said, you have to put all these parameters. Like I was telling first you have to identify what is that industry, service industry or manufacturing or trading or professional you're going to start. What type of industry? What type of problem I'm going to address in that industry? Second thing, what are all the customers type? How we are going to address the industry? What type of the cash flow is required for them? So jot down all things in a small way, then automatically fear will not be there. Still, if you have the fear, better you have to consult a good psychologist to find out what exactly you mean to say the fear. Self-confidence is very important. Over and above of anything, even if you are not getting today, if you are not getting, suppose see, we used to send about 10 to 15 quotations in the initial days to clients, but we will be getting hardly about 5 or 6 out of the 100. I'm talking about in a month. But those are all the days, but we never used to give up. We feel that, okay, it takes some time. We used to try to change the methodologies. That's what I said, spend time. Spend time is nothing but to find out what all the methodologies are available, where I can change myself and see that I can get my cup of tea. Basic thing is that you should have a self-confidence to overcome fear. Yeah, any more questions? Sharigaru?
No questions, sir. You have answered all the questions very clearly, sir.
Thank you.
Sir, it was a very outstanding session, sir. It's an outstanding session. Many people in this